So I want to talk about one word today in this video, and that's but. B-U-T. Yeah, I'm not talking about Nicki Minaj. I'm talking about the B-U-T in your own life. Because I think this tiny little word probably gets in the way of more of our goals than we actually realize. So let me give you some examples. I really want to move out of my parents' house and get my own place, but I don't really want to work full time. I desperately want to save a deposit to buy my first home, but I also really want that nice car on lease. Yeah, I'd love to start my own business, but I've got a young family and I don't want to give up the security of my current job. I want to retire early, but I'm spending pretty much everything that I earn every month, so I can't put additional funds towards the future me. And the interesting thing is, none of these things on the other side of the but are necessarily wrong. Okay, there's nothing wrong with wanting a nice car. There's nothing wrong with wanting to work fewer hours. And there's certainly nothing wrong with wanting stability when you've got a family relying on you. The problem comes when we want two things that directly compete with each other, and then we get frustrated that we're not making progress. Okay, for most of us, money is about choices. You probably can't have everything you want exactly when you want it. If you're 25 and earning, let's say, £30,000 a year, perhaps you can have the nice car. You can go on nice holiday. You can eat out regularly. You can buy clothes that you want. But you might not be able to do all of that and save £20,000 towards your first home, or £10,000 towards your first home. Okay, something might have to give. And I'm not saying stop enjoying your life. Never go out, drive a terrible car, save every penny, be boring. Absolutely not. It's simply about understanding the trade-offs that you're making. Because once you understand the trade-off, you get to decide what's more important to you. So let me give you my own example. So I wanted to start my own business and become self-employed, and I wanted to build a business and grow it over time. But at pretty much the same time, we were starting a young family, me and my wife. And those two things don't naturally go brilliantly together. Okay, on one side, I wanted to take a risk. I wanted to build something for myself and hopefully create a better future for my family. On the other side, we'd suddenly got young children, more responsibility, and bills that needed paying. We also just moved house and got a larger mortgage, which means the outgoings were larger. Okay, so as a family, we needed to make some choices. We went from 2 cars down to 1. We got rid of pretty much all of our streaming subscriptions. We massively cut back on going out and socializing. Okay, our lifestyle genuinely changed. And I'm not going to pretend we loved every minute of it, because we didn't. Okay, but we knew why we were doing it. We decided that building something for our future was more important than maintaining the lifestyle that we'd become accustomed to at that particular moment. Okay, and those sacrifices helped us survive the early period after I'd made the leap into self-employment. And I don't want to make this sound like some Hollywood success story, where I made a few sacrifices, everything worked out, I'm a multimillionaire, look how good I am. Okay, because it's not as easy as that. And as a family, we're still climbing that hill. I'm still trying to build the businesses that I'm involved in. I'm still trying to improve the family finances and get ourselves into a position where we ultimately want to be in as a family. But the goal and the mission for our family was strong enough that when we needed to make changes, we were prepared to make them. Okay, and what will other people think? I think this is a massive part of it. And what happens if you give back your nice car? What happens if you stop going on expensive nights out? What happens if your mates are going away for the weekend and you say, actually, I'm going to give this one a miss? What will people think? Will they think you're struggling? Will you lose a bit of status amongst your mates? Could you even lose some friends? Maybe. But what's more important? Looking like you're doing well, or actually building the life that you want tomorrow? Because there's a massive difference between looking wealthy from the outside and actually being wealthy. And what's your why? This is where I think it gets really important. If you're going to make sacrifices, you need to know why you're making them. Okay, because I want to save more money. Okay, but why? Why do you want to save more money? I want £30,000. Okay, but why? Because I want to buy a house. Okay, but why does that matter to you? Because I want somewhere that's mine. I want security. I want somewhere to raise my family. Okay, now we've got something. Because when you're tempted to spend money on something that you don't really need, I should probably save more money might not be a strong enough why to say no. But I want to buy a home for my family. That's different. That's your reason. That's your why. That's the thing you're working towards. So what is your but? So have a think about it. Okay, and I want you to answer this. So I want to X, Y, and Z, but A, B, C. So I want to X, Y, and Z, but A, B, C. Just have a little think about it. Then ask yourself a slightly uncomfortable question. Okay, is the thing after the but more important to me than the thing before it? And just be honest with yourself. Okay, because if it is, that's absolutely fine. No judgment from this side, and there shouldn't be any judgment from anywhere else, anyone else that you know. Okay, own that decision, enjoy it. Okay, but if it isn't, maybe something needs to change. You don't need to completely overhaul your life tomorrow. You don't need to stop having fun, and you definitely don't need to become obsessed with money, but you might need to make a few deliberate sacrifices today for the life that you want in the future. Because wanting something is just the easy bit. It's so easy to say, oh, I want X, Y, Z, I want this, that, and the other for my life. The difficult bit is deciding what you're prepared to change to get it. That's the difficult bit. So, what is your but?